Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Screaming in the Hamptons. What happened to the new team? Does anyone know what happened to Meghan recently? She is screaming and angry. But who cares about that? The bad things that are happening in her life are just for the fun of others. Nothing more, nothing less. Well, some may argue that Meghan Markle is certainly experiencing a tough wind, or that she is simply slipping. That dreadful predicament occurs with celebrities who were formerly admired, liked, and able to command absolutely everything they needed. Now there's an issue, and even her own camp is apprehensive about this new channel. As always, let me explain. Before we go into the main topic, let us take a moment to talk to each other. I'm not sure whether you watched that particular film with Irene Tsu, the Hollywood secret's stunning girl of a certain age who is still beautiful today, and was fortunate enough to have movie time with none other than the ultimate king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley. If you're an Elvis fan, I recommend checking it out because I'm sure you won't know many of these stories. She was fortunate enough to be in not one, but two Elvis films, and as I've often stated, it's the folks behind the scenes and some of the lower cast members that have the most amazing stories about working with these icons. Please check it out. Back to your royal story of the day. This picture, yes, shows Meghan in the Hamptons trying to drum up business, money, and interest in the American Riviera project, which she debuted in March of this year with a few pots of jam and all that sort of stuff. You are still unable to buy anything. I don't know about you, but I've never seen a launch like this before, where you launch something and no one else can buy it, but your friends can rave about it online. Of course. We know she was in the Hamptons for one reason, to raise money. It turned out to be a bit of a horror show because folks weren't particularly interested. They want to see results. When you look at someone like Martha Stewart, who has worked extremely hard, or even our own amazing Delia Smith from the past, they have worked for years on this. Meghan wraps up in an ill-fitting dress, which she will undoubtedly return, and simply says, well, I'm here. What was intriguing for her was that, as I previously stated, money was not available, which is a major issue. But what makes this even more remarkable is this. Apparently, her arrival was proclaimed as Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. Given all of these issues, you would have expected them to arrive by private jet, of course, while telling you and me about the problems of, saving the planet, climate change, and all of that nonsense that they like to talk about but don't follow through on. Well, she arrived in a private plane, which is okay. Obviously, it is her prerogative. What occurred next was this. When she was introduced to others, they supposedly said, "Oh, this is Meghan, Duchess of Sussex," and then you simply called her Ma. This was received with guffaws of laughter because these are celebrities, billionaires, movers and shakers, and the power world over there, the Hamptons, is not cheap to visit. Somebody is paying. You get the picture. And it won't be Meghan cracking open that pocketbook and maybe cutting out a butt. You see, what was supposed to be this great big launch? Well, they expected it to be covered on the front pages of newspapers all over the world. The trouble is Meghan has made so many comebacks that she makes Norma Desmond look almost like a legend, which she is. Not to mention that she is magnificently portrayed in cinema by Gloria Swanson. The staff is concerned about the lack of interest in Meghan's, shall we say, Hampton's debut. They expected this to be front-page news, with people dissecting it and fashion fans wanting to know where she obtained her clothing. Now, as Meghan teeters on the brink of annihilation, it will be intriguing to see where she and the team, who are being paid handsomely to turn things around, can go, particularly in the United Kingdom. According to a reliable source, Meghan was enraged and checked her 6 mobile social media accounts to see how many people were picking it up. Similar to the Hamptons, it appears that no one wants to pick up the check to fund American Riviera Orchard, which has recently opened in the heart of Yorkshire. Maybe she was terminally insane. Her arrogance is so overwhelming that she insists Americans call her ma'am and acknowledge her so-called royalty. It's utterly ridiculous. The sense of entitlement she carries is nothing short of a bad comedy sketch. Honestly, it's laughable. To think that someone can come into a country built on values of equality and freedom and demand to be treated like some sort of monarch is beyond absurd. I'm glad everyone laughed at the sheer audacity. It's a fitting response to such delusions of grandeur. Her demands are not just crass. They're an insult to the very principles that America stands for. Who does she think she is? expecting to be revered in a nation that fought to rid itself of royal tyranny. It's as if she lives in a fantasy world, completely detached from reality. The collective laughter of the public is the perfect antidote to her inflated ego and pretentious behavior. Yeah, then trashes the very family that gave her the title. She's absolutely vile, nasty, and just utterly revolting. She is lazy, rotten to the core, without an ounce of goodness, decency, or conscience. Who would trust the vile grifter with their money? The answer is no one. She and her glove puppet are slowly disappearing into oblivion. The only people who can't see it are the Sussexes. The truth is that although it had not completed airing, after the series she was in finished, the directors of Suits never renewed her contract for the next one. She finished work ex-Z-list cable TV actress before she came to the UK looking for a rich man who was in the public eye and news, to get the lifestyle she wanted and steal the shine. She stalked Harry. I genuinely feel sorry for Meghan's staff. Working for a narcissist like her will destroy you. The sheer mental and emotional toll of being under the thumb of someone so self-absorbed is unimaginable. It's hard to fathom why anyone in their right mind would want to work for her or Harry. The environment must be toxic beyond belief, filled with constant drama, unrealistic demands, and a complete lack of appreciation for the hard work of those around her. Imagine the daily nightmare of catering to her whims, always walking on eggshells, never knowing what trivial offense might set her off next. The worst part is the inevitable scapegoating. When things go wrong, you can bet that the blame will be shifted onto the staff, who are merely trying to navigate the minefield of her volatile moods and unreasonable expectations. It's a thankless job that offers no respite, no recognition, and no peace of mind. The idea of working for someone who so blatantly disregards the well-being of those around her, who tramples on the loyalty and hard work of her employees, is nothing short of a professional death sentence. And Harry? Well, he's no better, enabling her behavior. Caught up in the whirlwind of her narcissism, he offers no refuge for the beleaguered staff. Together, they create a perfect storm of toxicity and manipulation. It's a wonder anyone can last more than a few months in such a hostile work environment. The staff's mental health and self-esteem must be in tatters, constantly eroded by the barrage of unreasonable demands and emotional abuse. Don't be foolish enough to jump into a pile of stinking garbage. It can be said that she is narcissistic everywhere and in every situation. No one is buying what Meghan is selling, especially when it's overpriced products from a narcissist who can't keep friends or tell the truth. Certainly, her brand is built on a facade of superficial charm and manipulative tactics, all designed to give a mark to the fact of the cheap, poor-quality products she makes. Don't say I'm harsh. For a witch that says titles mean nothing to her, she's a disgusting hypocrite who keeps shoving her title in people's faces. She's a nasty, vile snake. Her outfit was ridiculous. So obvious she didn't own these clothes. And announcing to call her ma'am? Oh my! Meghan said that she was forced to wear beige whilst in the royal family, so as not to upstage the late Queen and Catherine. Now that she is free to wear whatever she likes. Wonder why she keeps wearing beige. Don't be silent. Tell me the reason. This has apparently happened in the past, so I can well believe it. Also, there was the story of Netflix people laughing at her breathy schoolgirl voice sample when she was trying to push for the starring role in her Pearl project. It was apparently the highlight of one of their parties. The A-listers obviously find her both hilarious and tiresome. But hey, she is achieving her goal of entertaining vast numbers of people around the globe, just not in the way she intended. Anyway, the audacity! Not one woman there was going to call her ma'am as she showed up in ill-fitting, wrinkled clothing expecting to be treated like a queen. I highly doubt anyone spoke to her. Those women are accomplished, very successful, and have morals. If she bashes her family so easily to the world, what is she going to say about them? Maybe if she weren't so pretentious it might have gone better. Imagine begging for money while demanding to be called ma'am. To be honest, when will Harry's wife realize she isn't, and never has been, royal? To be royal is more than marrying a prince. It is what you do and say, and how you do and say it. Respect has to be earned over time. She, as in all her endeavors, did the first bit, marrying Harry, and then didn't follow through. It has taken both Camilla and Catherine years and years to get where they are. Harry's wife just doesn't get it. Perhaps having been laughed at, she may start to get an inkling. I suddenly thought of a way to help Meghan realize her worth soon. That is, my video viewers should expose her true face and awaken her awareness, as in the comments section below. I believe that the waves of public opinion will drown out her arrogance and illusion. Please clearly express your attitude towards the Montecito couple in the comments section. Then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to receive the latest notifications. Thank you very much for watching the video. Goodbye and see you again.